because I can remember from my year one, I think every time I try to do examination malpractice, they will say, first, stand. I want to keep this my virginity till I get married. I'm keeping this for my husband, but you want him to stay. And him is not really seeing it as a busy, but he just wants that from you, you understand? How do you cope with that kind of situation?
Advise people, I would say, leave him. There are so many fishes in the sea. You will meet someone else, and he will be way better than. If he is the right person for you, he will respect your decisions.
How? Guys, welcome back to My Service Reality, the show where we expose life expectations and drag them to reality. I'm your host, Fred Destiny. And today's episode, we are diving into something that sounds simple but at the same time messy: morality. You know, morality is that small voice that always tells you to do the right thing, but everything around you is saying no one is watching. You know, morality is not about doing the public, usually when no one is watching. And today, to navigate this one, I'm here with my guest, someone who doesn't sugarcoat her morals. Nicole, welcome to My Service Reality. So, moving to our first segment, we are talking on morality versus expectations. You know, most people just obey rules, think morality is about doing the right thing, being kind, and just obeying rules. But honestly, people just obey rules when people are watching them. They do different things when no one are watching. Do you think people are genuinely moral, or they are just scared of people judging them?
Um, okay. Well, it's not everyone. For instance, there are some people that it has been ingrained into them. So in their conscience, they can't do what they seem or deem rather what they deem bad or wrong. But there are some people that they compromise, and they are found out that when they compromise like that, there's no, how will I put it, there's no consequence. So they go
Okay.
ahead to do it. So it's not really like something that you just be like everybody just doesn't do it. It's not something that you be like everybody is not doing it, or people are just doing it because people are not watching.
Yeah.
There are some people that even when people are not watching, they still feel like that thing is wrong and they won't do it.
Yeah. Do you think morality should be situational or should be absolute? You know, sometimes you find yourself in situations where you say the truth, if you follow your morals, you mess up the whole thing. And if you try to compromise, you are saving lives or things will just become and get better. So when we find ourselves in that kind of situation, we know that okay, only me knows the truth about this thing. Slash, no one is watching, no one knows to understand. So how do we manage this kind of like how do we keep our morals or like what do we do in those kind of situations?
Um, I believe that morality should be absolute. It should not be situational.
Okay.
Yeah, because for me, morality is like your values. When you check like definition of morality, sorry, is like values and things that guide your right and wrong perception of life. So I believe that it should be absolute. It should not be situational. That it should not be something that you can compromise on. Yeah. So even if you're in a situation where it seems like they will crucify you for saying the truth, I would advise maybe
I
you
should
don't
allow
say
myself to
anything.
be crucified.
Yeah, like you don't say anything at all,
Mm-hmm.
or you just say the truth if you can bear the brunt.
But you know, at the same time, not saying anything at all in maybe some kind of situations is already saying a lot. You understand? And in that case, you know, not saying anything already is giving people impressions, and you know that more in this kind of case like this, as I never talk anything like this, maybe let's say it's a life and death kind of situation. This person pick by or me say I might lose my life. So how do you just fix that kind of thing? Are we not supposed to like bend our morals, compromise? Like me, I feel like it's a two-way kind of thing. Like sometimes you just try to compromise it. Like I don't feel like it should be absolute.
Well, if it's a life and death situation, if it's a life and death situation, I don't know. I've not been in that kind of situation before,
Okay.
but I just have this belief that whenever it comes to right and wrong, what
Okay.
you believe is right, you should be absolute on that. You shouldn't like change it because of the situation has changed. If it's about saying the truth, I still stand um by what I said before, which was like you just keep quiet. And if people want to assume, as far as they are not going to kill you, or as far as you know how to come out of that thing,
Yeah.
just keep quiet or just say the truth. Yeah, that's what I believe. That's what I believe.
Okay.
But sometimes what you believe and what happens are two different things. You could
Yes.
be in that situation now, and everything that you have ever thought of in your life just goes out. So you could be in that situation where you have to like compromise on your values and all
Yeah.
those things like that, and you're scared. So if you're in that kind of situation and you want to compromise, that's fine. But I still believe that you'll be much more courageous and you'll be much more how will I put it? You'll be much more courageous if you stand firm. And
Okay.
those people that stand firm, they always find a way
I'm
out.
not sure it's not in every situation because let's talk about our moral duties in society. Society will say the society wants you to do the right thing. They want you to always follow your morals, see, hear advice, motivational speakers, a lot of things. But they reward the secret, sneaky, messy, ambitious things like the things you do behind the scene. You understand? And say, okay, you did it. You don't know. They don't know the times. Like they don't care about the times you compromise to get where you are. You understand? So I want to ask you, do you ever feel pressure to appear moral? You understand why you had to bend your rules? You understand? Like you made messy choices, but you want to appear moral to people.
Okay. Um, Not really.
Hmm.
Let's say I compromised on a decision.
Yeah.
I'll stand by it. I'm the type of person that if I did that thing, I'll stand by it. And I've learned that most of the times what people think doesn't matter. And most of the times people don't even know what to think. And most of the times they're not also thinking anything. It's just in your head.
Like you're just overthinking.
Yeah,
You're
you're
just
just
like, what
overthinking
if?
what if, and all this type of stuff. So if for me, if I did that stuff and I'm asked about it, I'll tell you that this is how I did it. But I won't advise you to follow my
Have you
footsteps.
ever been in that kind of situation before? Like I want you to give us like a scenario where you stood by your morals, like that you know that this thing could cause you big problem or something. You just had to stand with your moral.
Hmm, not really.
Hmm? Like you've not been in any kind of situation like that.
I mind my business a lot.
Is what you tolerate and what you compromise on. That's what defines our morality. So I want to ask you, what is that moral like cross that you don't regret?
Well, I don't think I've crossed anyone that I did not regret to. Just like how they normally used to say, when everybody's doing it, it's sure for them.
Hey, reach your
When you
thought
do,
to backfire.
yeah. So there is no one that I crossed that I didn't regret. Yeah.
I want you to give us like some kind of scenarios that because that you regret.
Okay. Um. So there was a time in secondary school where I tried to help someone in exam hall. Other people normally do it.
Yeah.
It's to work for them. When it reached my turn, they started asking who has this handwriting. And I was like, where is this coming from? I was so scared. I was so scared. And from that day, I promised myself I will never do that kind of thing again.
Me, I can relate to this thing because I can remember from my year one. I think every time I try to do examination malpractice, they will say, "Fresh, stand up." Like I'm sure whosoever that is watching this podcast that is my department will know exactly like this thing maybe like I think everybody knows my department because of this thing. Once I try or more from my 2 second semester I said I'm not trying this shit again. Like every time and I'll be seeing my mates, like my classmates, the ones close to me. Sometimes I will even say, okay, maybe it's because I'm at the edge. Let me try because I'm at the edge. Once I just, even at that age, like how I will reach me like this, I will get like, how is this thing even happening? Say, at the time I just say, I just had to stop. Come like say, I get small more for that side. Yeah, I know that, this thing they pay me low key, low key. Do you think morality, like, do you think people morals change depending on the people they are? Like, what do you have to say that about that?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Like
Mhm.
for instance, um, there are some people. Okay, let me make it much more personal.
Yeah,
Before I came to university, I used to wear sleeveless a lot, and I saw it as a normal thing. But let's just use this as an example.
yeah,
It's not really like towards morality and it. So I saw it as a normal thing. But I started hanging out with some people, and then I saw it as a bad thing to wear sleeveless.
sleeveless.
But after some time, I started hanging out with another set of people, which now freed my mind.
And then your more, you know, really matter.
Like it doesn't matter. Sleeveless, you're in Nigeria. It has everywhere is
Whether
hot.
it's hot,
You what
but
will you
tell
do?
you one
Like
thing,
every time you're always like covering up
cover
like that
yourself.
and everything. So in every place that you find yourself in, your mindset is changing. And one thing about morality is that it's based on your values, your beliefs. So when your beliefs start changing, when things that you value start changing, then your perception towards the right things or the wrong things will start changing. And most of the times, those things are influenced by the people around you.
You,
So you can see someone that before he thought smoking was
hey
bad.
guys, welcome back to
He
Myself
came
vs
around people that
Reality, the
smoke
show
and
where
saw
we
that ah
expose life
they are still
expectations
functioning
and
well
drag them
in
through
the
reality.
society.
I'm your host, Fred
Everything is okay
Destiny.
for them.
On
And you're
today's
like, oh,
episode, we
this
are
thing is
diving
not
into
that bad.
something that sounds
It's just
simple
like
but at the same time messy:
for instance, when someone
morality.
comes from
You know,
secondary
morality is
school
that
where they
small
have told the
voice
person
that
a lot of
always
things
tells you
are
to do the right
bad,
thing,
they now
but
enter into
I turn
university.
around to saying no
Yeah,
one's
like you
watching.
now enter into
No,
university
morality is
and
not
then you're
about
seeing people they are trying
doing the
out these
public
things and
using
they
where
are
no one's
calling you to
watching.
join them and try it out too. Your perception will change.
The worst part is doing it like, you know, there are some kind of people you do stuff with that you don't really see that. But like, for instance, like there's a huge difference if maybe I want to start smoking and maybe I do it with one agro that is on the road. You understand? If I get to Momo, my conscience will blame me every time, telling Momo, why are you doing this? Like this kind of life not me. Than where I want to start smoking and I'm doing it with one fresh boy, one rich kid in my neighbor. Two of us are just using it. At that time, you see it as cruise. Like the mindset towards it are totally different. You understand? Now let's talk about morality and like, you know, sometimes life situations can push you to your morals. Like they can test your morals, change your morals. Like let me use it. You use smoke. Let me use ladies and in terms of them having boyfriend. You know, morality. I spoke about morality has to do with your own things you can compromise with, your own tolerance and things. Now, some people don't really see it as a huge thing in having a boyfriend or something like some ladies, but they see difficulty in maybe having sex or something like breaking their virginity if they are virgins at that point, you understand? And now you find yourself in a situation where you love this boy with all your heart and you cannot live without him, you understand? And he wants you guys to have sexual intercourse, you understand? So how, like, if you're in that kind of situation, let's assume, how do you cope with that? And at the same point, you don't want to lose this guy at the same time. At the same point, at the same time, you want to make him happy. And you have this morality, you have to say, oh, boy, me, I mean, you saying to yourself that I want to keep this my virginity till I get married. I'm keeping this for my husband, but you want him to stay. And him is not really seeing it as a busy, but he just wants that from you, understand? How do you cope with that kind of situation? Like, what do you advise people in this kind of situation?
Okay, what I would advise people.
Yeah, because this is life testing you at that point.
Um, if I was to advise people,
Yeah.
if I was to advise
Advice them
people,
look at the camera.
okay, if I was to advise people, I would say leave him. There are so many fishes in the sea. You will meet someone else, and you'll be way better than that person, because even like having sex with that person is not going to keep him. having sex with the guy is not going to help. He's just going to get what he wants, and he might leave.
But in most cases, that guy might actually be the right person for you.
If he's the right person for
Like he
you,
might be all that for you. Like he might be cool, nice, everything. Like she just wants a way that he can satisfy himself. Okay, when that urge comes, that's it, and he doesn't want to cheat on you.
if he's the right person for you, he will respect your decisions.
How?
He will respect your decisions. If he's the right person for you, he will respect your decisions. When the urge comes, it, sometimes people believe make it seem like as if the urge comes, it only comes for men. The urge comes for men and women.
But it's different when
Yes, it's different, but
like it's different when you've never tried this before and you tried. Maybe that guy must have met other people before you, and it was unfortunate. Like it's just unfortunate that okay, you are in this kind of situation.
then you'll be willing to try. It will be something that people will work out together.
How?
Ah.
Like how you working out together because you now don't to debate on your morals. Like how you will discuss over it. Or are you saying people work it out together like you are kind of giving him permission to cheat or to
No.
so I want to understand how you're going to work that
Okay.
together.
If you still want the same guy, that was if you still want the same guy,
Uh-huh.
people will have to talk about it and be like, okay, this is my stand on this. This is not what I want in a relationship. And if prevention he says he doesn't want that he can't cope or all this type of stuff, I'll still advise you to leave him. Because you can't be with someone that does not have the same values as you. The person is going to be the father of your children. So if the person does not have the same values as you, you're already wasting your time.
Like you already said morality like is personal
Yes.
to everyone. Like he has his own morals, you have your own morals. You
Eh,
understand?
now
He's not a
that's-
bad person.
He does not have to be a bad person. It's just for instance now, let's say you meet someone, the person is very good and everything. Let me direct question to you, Fred. Now you meet
Okay.
someone, the person is very good at everything as a lady, and she tells you she's a church girl. That is what she wants to do in her life. That is it. Jesus is her all and all,
Okay.
and she wants to keep
You know,
herself.
sometimes it's not about
before-
being a church girl.
Wait
Some
now.
people just want
Now, and she wants to keep herself
Yeah.
before marriage. She doesn't want to do anything with you before marriage, and you're put in that situation. You already put your, let's say for instance, you already put it in your mind that this is not a big deal for you. Like sex in a relationship is not a big deal for you and all this type of stuff. But you have met somebody that sex in a relationship is a big deal for them. Would you still you know her, she's a prayer warrior, she's all those type of things. That is who she is.
Yeah.
Would you let her go?
Like I want to be in that kind of situation in first place. See,
when you start
like-
seeing some of her values, would you say, okay, we are not going in the same direction, right?
Yes.
Let us depart from each other,
Yes.
right? That's the same thing that you should do.
But some ladies can be very, very funny, you understand? Sometimes they do not want to have this kind of conversation. And sometimes it just keeps our mind, you understand? Like let's say when we are doing our talking stage, some guys don't ask, you understand? Because some people have this mindset of everybody everybody has gone through this part in life, you understand? They don't know that okay, they are still virgins, they are still girls that keep themselves, you understand? And before you know you are in a relationship already and you find out that this girl, she says she wants to keep herself her husband. What are you going to do? You understand? Like you guys do not have that conversation. Like sometimes you just skip it.
That's why it's still early. That's why it's still fresh. And
Like,
that's why
it's
you can
not early. At
still
that
walk
point, you
away.
are breaking hearts because you are going to break her heart as a guy, or she's going to break your heart.
And then she will run into the arms of the one that meant the heart. He meant broken heart. Jesus Christ. Just run into his arms. And the best part is that he says he's close to those that are broken hearted. So she'll be fine.
What's your personal strategy of dealing with morals? Like when you find yourself in this kind of situation, like your personal strategy.
Like if I find myself in this type of situation.
Yes, like what's your personal, like not exactly this kind of situation, like Moral pressure, you understand? How do you deal with moral pressure?
Well, honestly, I run away.
Like, how do you run away?
I walk away. You cannot keep me.
But it's not as easy as you think. Like, it's not as easy as to just like when I mean moral pressure. Like, there are some kind of situations like just life just happens. You just find yourself and say, "There's nothing I can do now. What do I do?" Like, you are confused.
That's what I'm telling you. That I run away. When I just get to that point, like I run away, I walk away from the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Except, not even it, I walk away from the situation. If it's going to cost me my peace, if it's going to cost me my conscience, I walk away from the situation. Another situation will come, something else will come down the line. If I have to compromise for this one, then it's not it.
Okay, we've come to the end of today's episode of Mindset versus Reality. Remember, morality is messy, but at the same time, you should know how to. You should have our strategies towards them. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and tell us what you want to talk about on our next episode. Thank you.